That was Love Hurts by Incubus, one of the songs that I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play on guitar, as you can see today. But before that, I'm going to inform you guys on the 3 basic parts of the guitar, along with all the strings on the guitar, and an easy way to remember the strings, some strumming patterns, and finally how to play that song and some melodies so you can create your own sound to your liking and progress as you go. So, first part of the guitar is the bass, which is where your sound is actually going to be amplified on an acoustic at least. I have an acoustic electric, so if I decide to plug into an amp, I can create my sound that way. So I can go both ways if I'd like. On the bass of my guitar, I have a tuner and equalizer settings for when I'm plugged into an amp. Second, you're going to have your fretboard, which starts with the first fret to the far left, and on the very right is going to be your 20th fret, which is where you are going to place your hands and fingers in order to create sounds and melodies on your guitar. So, very last part of the guitar is the head of the guitar, which is where your knobs, so to say, for your strings and the tuning of your strings can be adjusted to whatever tuning preference you would like. Standard tuning is EAD-GBE, which is what most people play in. So, moving on to the strings and the names of the strings, top string is going to start out as low E, second string is going to be A, third string is going to be D, your fourth string is going to be G, fifth B, and sixth your high E string. So, an easy way to remember that is Eddie ate dynamite, good by Eddie. It's something that I've used since I started playing guitar, and it's really simple and cheesy, and it's just a good way to remember when you're trying to figure out where to place your hands, or when someone is explaining to you how to play a song or certain chords. So, moving on to strumming patterns that you can do. Most people use a pick, which is what I prefer to use. Some people also prefer to use their hands to create whatever sound they'd like. It can be a low sound or it can be a high sound. A lot of people use finger picking as well rather than using a pick. So moving on to some chords, simple chords and melodies that you can create that will lead into the song that I'm going to teach you. So the first simple chord that I actually learned is that chord of E. So what you're going to do to play the E chord is you're going to place your pointer finger on the second fret on the A string and your middle finger just below your pointer finger on the D string, and it's going to sound like this. Moving on to the next chord, you're going to keep your pointer finger on the same string that you just played E on, where you're going to move your ring finger to the 4th fret on the D string and your pinky finger to the 4th fret on the G string. So it's going to sound like this. Next chord is going to be that of D. You're going to place your middle finger on the 2nd fret on the high E string. You're going to place your pointer finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, and then you're going to place your ring finger on the 3rd fret on the B string, and it's going to sound like this. Moving on to the next chord, it's going to be that of A, and what you're going to do for the A string is place your pointer finger on the D string on the 2nd fret, you're going to place your middle finger on the B string on the 2nd fret, and your ring finger is going to be on the B string of the 2nd fret. It's going to sound like that. That's the first time around for the song. The second time around, you're going to switch it up after playing A to a F chord which you're going to place your pointer finger right here on the first fret of the B string, and then you're going to place your middle finger on the G string on the second fret, and you're going to place your third finger on the D string of the third fret. It's going to sound like that. So, all together, putting all the chords together, you will have this. So, I've taught you guys the three basic parts of the guitar, being the bass, fretboard, or the neck of the guitar, and then the head of the guitar, where your knobs are located. I've taught you all the strings, E, A, D, G, B, E, which is Eddie A. Dynamite's Goodbye Eddie, an easy way to remember that. And I've taught you how to play Love Hurts by Incubus, which is a very simple progressive song that is good for all beginners and has a basis of the simple chords that you can therefore progress off of. So, have fun with these new chords and create some music.